In 1959, the Soviet military planned to develop a shipborne jamming device, which would be used to deceive the heat-seeking and radar-guided heads of anti-ship missiles. Its working principle is to artificially create new heat and radar signatures to deceive the missiles and divert them from their targets. This jamming device, known as PK-2, was completed after being passed through several research departments. Its official designated name in the early stages of development was KL-102. The PK-2 is a seemingly small weapon system, with the familiar Zf-121 turret mounted on the deck. However, below the deck, there is a corresponding ammunition supply and storage structure, making it a relatively large device, only suitable for installation on destroyers and larger surface warships. The structure of the Zf-121 turret is quite simple, as it is a rotating turret mounted on a cast base, with two 140mm caliber gun barrels installed side by side. From the caliber of the gun barrels, it is evident that this part of the system is truly small. The turret rotation and gun elevation are driven by electricity, with a horizontal rotation range of 170 degrees on each side, a rotation speed of 40 degrees per second, and a gun elevation range of -12 degrees to +64 degrees, with a movement speed of 30 degrees per second. The entire PK-2 system weighs up to 3.6 tons, not including ammunition. There are 200 rockets stored below the deck, and an automatic loading system can load the shells, enabling the turret to fire at a rate of 15 rounds per minute. In combat, the shipborne early warning system will first detect the direction of the incoming threat, and the operators will control the PK-2 through the fire control system. It is a part of the warship's defense system, but it does not destroy the target. Instead, it relies on special ammunition to mislead the incoming missiles. The Zf-121 can use three types of ammunition: TSP-47, TST-47, and TSTV-47. TSP-47 is a radar jamming shell that, when launched, explodes at a certain distance, scattering a large number of chaff strips. The cloud formed by these chaff strips is nearly the size of a warship, which will interfere with the missile's guidance radar, leading the missile to attack a false target. TST-47 is an infrared jamming shell, which, when detonated at a predetermined distance, quickly forms a high-temperature smoke and fire cloud. It can mimic the heat signature of a warship, deceiving the heat-seeking heads of the missiles. Its operational range can reach up to 6,000 meters, with a maximum altitude of 1,000 meters. TSTV-47 is a television jamming shell used to interfere with television-guided missiles. It ejects a container at a predetermined location, which forms an aerosol cloud above the water surface upon landing. The design concept of the PK-2 was very good, and experimental tests were conducted in the mid-1960s at a test site. In 1967, it was installed on a cruiser for testing, but at that time, the TST-47 ammunition had not yet been successfully developed, so the corresponding experiments were not conducted. After entering service, the PK-2 system was installed on some large Soviet surface warships, such as the cruiser Moskva. It was later developed into an improved version, the KP-2M, and the weapon system is still in service in the Russian military.